Alright, I am here specifically to start fights in the comments. This, as you can tell by that and all of these, is the 2026 Honda Prelude. Wow! Okay, there we go. Little forgiveness on torque. For better or for worse, it sounds like Honda is going to deliver this thing in 2026. Oh, there we go. Oh, watch it. I don't want to touch you. Is going to be delivering these in 2026. And it's a little bit divisive. As you can tell by his headlines, a lot of people are comparing it to the Prius, and I think there's at least some good reason for that, because these will be offered in hybrid only. And for transmission choices, I know everyone's obsessed with getting back to manuals now, because you almost can't buy them, even in sports cars. Your only engine choice will be hybrid. Oh! And your only transmission choice will be Honda's, what are they calling it? ECVT, or a direct drive motor? I've heard a number of things. I am under the impression that it is, because this thing is a hybrid, the high voltage battery will directly power the electric motor. Your gas engine will power either a generator for the high voltage battery, or I always forget how that goes. Under certain circumstances, will power itself the direct drive motor. The good and the bad of that is, in an era where people long for driving engagement, what we're ending up with is, no penalty, I'll take the cut. In an era where people want driving engagement, what we're getting is more and more cars that do all the work for you. And even this, reviving the Prelude badge and then delivering a two-door Honda Civic, a two-door Civic hybrid, basically, really, really offends some people. Now, I think it's a spiritual successor, and I can't be the only one, but I dare not speak my opinion in a public space. Brakes. I am under the impression that the original, it still touched me. The original Honda Preludes were functionally two-door Civics, sport coupes. I will use very generously, because they weren't extremely powerful. Yeah, there were manuals. You could get them in automatics as well. And they were also just a front-wheel drive, two-door car for someone who may have wanted a little bit more entertaining experience over a Civic or an Accord. My poor tires. I'm so sorry. I like it. I like the idea. Is it everything I would hope for in a car? No, obviously not. But it's the only way to get the car that people are asking for is to go back to like 1990, or continue buying old Miatas, Corvettes, just about anything you could find on Facebook Marketplace. If you couldn't tell, this is, it's going to give me a penalty for that guy. It didn't. I am on Sonoma, and I believe this is the Indy circuit. So, very, very interesting corner placement to me. I'm not, there we go. Not entirely familiar with the Indy layout, and it is costing me dearly, but I'm not getting penalties, so I'm going to take these corners however I feel like it, thank you. This model, from all the promotional photos I've seen, seems fairly accurate. Everything I've seen says that this thing will come in I don't know about that shifter, I haven't really looked, but will come in that direct drive layout, direct drive automatic. But the Prelude will have paddle shifters, I think much like the Civic Hybrid does, although I believe in the Civic Hybrid it controls your that was the wrong pedal. Controls your regenerative braking. In this, it does actually affect the way it drives in this model, because I don't think Assetto Corsa players would be happy about a car that they could shift, but it didn't do anything. Oh, a little wide. Carried a little too much speed there. I do like Honda's infotainment displays. This one may have... Oh! I think the Prelude would have the equipment out of the top trim Honda Civic, and they may, you know, being Honda, as a lot of manufacturers do, they may gatekeep the top trim features, like if you want heated seats, or if you want remote start, if you want wireless CarPlay, they'll put, you know, Apple CarPlay in every single Prelude that they deliver, but only if there's a top trim, only that top trim is going to have wireless CarPlay. Looks like a wireless phone charger there, so this one may be the top trim. I don't know. I think spiritually this car is interesting. I can brake much sooner. There we go. It's right here. Not where I needed to brake. Once again, no penalties. I'm gonna keep going. As, looking at my neck model, sorry. As a person who A, likes cars that are easy, and B, really likes coupes. I know there's a lot of people who are big into sports sedans. I don't know, I don't mind front-wheel drive, especially living in a place where we have seasons. I don't mind hybrid, or, you know, the current Honda layout, because, okay, like, this is going to be primarily a daily driver. I think a majority of people that buy this may never take it to a track, and that's okay. That's no fault of theirs. It's just, that's the, hello, big understeer. That is the culture of American drivers, is buying sporty cars and not tracking them. That's all right. Let's brake much earlier here. Still overshot it by quite a bit, but we brought it back around. Okay. I personally like the idea of a car that's a little bit more interesting and a little bit more driver focused than a Honda Civic. That's, I think, what the Prelude was and should be today. Chicane, chicane, chicane. Don't overshoot the chicane. Wheel hop. That's something you don't hear all the time. It's, I got good tires, but I drove it wrong. I wonder what that S does. Sport mode, maybe? Brake earlier. Brake earlier. There we go. Kind of. Not really. Let's take a look here, because this model seems to be fairly reminiscent of what I've been seeing. I wish this car had a real handbrake, but I understand the need to make the switches smaller, and no one uses handbrakes anymore. Except, you know, cornballs like me. Brake. I've always been a big fan of Sonoma. It is interesting and dynamic in elevation and in turns. The geographical location of the track lends itself pretty well to some good performance driving as well. I'm going to say it's in like mid to northern California. Sonoma, California. I don't know. Google is free. I can just look this up. Yo! Big brakes. Okay. Yeah. It is really easy to understeer coming into that corner. Let's see. In Honda fashion, we are dealing with real physical climate controls, real physical buttons on the infotainment. What else do we have? Looks like the shifter is going to be a push button. I think I've seen that before, because the Civics have a stock, but this thing doesn't really have a need feel better. Maybe the American version will have a shift stock. I don't know. It will not be offered in anything other than an automatic, or air quote, ECVT. It's going to turn a lot of people off. Again, I don't think I care, and I don't, even if I were to buy this thing, I don't think that would ruin the experience for me. Maybe sport mode, like, forces you to use the paddles. I don't know. Never the wall there. Is that it? Finished? Yeah, that's the finish. I don't know. I can't wait.